Start streaming on Twitch. Put the announcement out on Discord. And we're good to go. Okay, where is my TikTok chat, though? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, I lost the chat for a second there. Hello! Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Sorry, we're a little bit late today. A little bit of trouble getting Minecraft up and running, but we're here now. Let's dive straight on in. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, let me just hide my stream previews. There we go. So, we're back. It's Minecraft Monday. How's everyone doing? It feels like it's been ages since we played Minecraft. I think it's been 3 weeks since the last Minecraft Monday stream. Because last week... Well, the week before last was the last time I was supposed to play it. I was obviously away because my sister came up to visit me. And then last week I didn't play it because it wasn't on the schedule last week. So this is our first time playing Minecraft in 3 weeks. But we do have a lot to do. In the last stream, we built our dam. Well, we built the dam in the second to last stream, but last week we actually built the hydroelectric portion of it to connect it up so that it's now providing power to the rest of the base. Today we're going to focus more on the rail network again. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute, but we've got some track that needs laying, we've got some loco building to do, and we'll get down in the mine as well and gather some more loose materials. And that's basically it. There are a few things around the factory that need doing, but I haven't really had time to prepare very much for today's stream, so I think we'll leave those for next week. But we do need to add some more farms on the top. I think we're going to fill out the remaining space with some more radial farms. And I'd also like to make some alterations to the ore processing machine, which I'll show you in just a minute. But again, I don't think we'll have time to actually implement those changes today. They need a little bit more planning. Hey Fred, how are you doing? What time are you on till today? We'll be on till 7 today. Okay, there may be a little bit of lag because I've only just launched up the world, so not everything's fully loaded in yet. But we'll head inside the factory and I'll show you what's what. In fact, let's head up to the roof first of all. Okay, here we are. So, yeah, again, excuse the lag as always. It's always like this for the first 10 minutes or so. Just as the more distant terrain and stuff loads in and everything like that, it should start to smoothen out a bit. Hey Matt on YouTube, how are you doing today? Thanks for following, Luna. So up here on the roof, we currently have 3 radial crop farms. We got one for onions, one for wheat, and one for potatoes. Obviously, we're not actually eating any of these. These are all for our biodiesel production. And actually, we don't need any more biodiesel right now. We got a full 288 bucket tank filled to the brim with biodiesel. We don't really need any more, but eventually we will. And when we do, you know, we've got space up here for 3 more of these radial farms. We might need crops for other things as well. We don't actually need to eat them because we've got this. We got this everlasting beef from the artifacts mod, so we don't actually need food anymore. But we might need food for other recipes as well. So again, there's space here for 3 more crop farms if and when we need them. Over there's the dam, which obviously we built in the last stream. You can't see the water wheels from here, they don't render in at this distance, but that's now producing electricity for us. How are you doing today? I'm very good, STFC. How are you doing? Fred says, can you use biodiesel to make jet fuel for the rockets? Unfortunately not, Fred. We can't make plant-based rocket fuel. The rocket fuel is made from crude oil, I believe. Let's just have a double check. Fuel bucket at Astra. Okay, this doesn't actually show us how to make it. That just shows us how to... fuel refinery. Refines fuel from oil. Okay, so we need crude oil, which I believe we just find out in the ocean. We'll find random... yeah, you can see one there. So we'll find random deposits of crude oil out in the ocean. We'll have to build some kind of offshore oil rig to extract it. And that gets processed into the rocket fuel. But again, that's still quite a long way down the line. That's we're like, what, 40 episodes into this series, and we're still nowhere near actually going to space yet. So we'll not worry too much about that today. But inside the factory... Again, another thing that's going to be for a future stream. We'll probably do it next week. I'm going to just go and show you what the problem is. So we have a problem with the ore processing machine that we've got here. If you've not seen the series before, by the way, most of this stuff is built with the Ad Astra mod, and we've got a great big machine up here that is designed to process raw materials. So raw iron, copper, zinc, gold, and coal all come into this, and they then get processed into various ingots. And you can see here the pipes then take these down to storage on the floor below. But there's a problem with it. We have a little bit of a backlog caused by these machines over here. So what happens is the raw material gets crushed and then washed. It then gets pressed into ingots. So all the ingots come out onto this belt here. Obviously iron, gold, iron, gold, copper, zinc, and a little bit of lead. What's supposed to happen then is when the ingots get to here, some of them get split off the main belt to be processed into brass and steel. So this splitter here, it takes out a certain amount of copper, zinc, iron, and coal dust. The zinc and copper is supposed to go into these mixers here to make brass, and the iron and coal is supposed to go into these mixers here to make steel. The problem is, as you can see, right now this whole belt is filled up with iron, so if any copper comes through, it's all just going to go straight past, and none of it's going to get filtered into this machine, and we're not going to make any brass as a result. So what we need to do at some point is split these two machines up, like move the steel machine and put it next to the brass one, rather than having them in a line, which should help to clear some of that backlog. Because again, it is causing a backlog. I noticed it in a previous stream. Right now I've turned off the mining drills, so we're not getting any iron or coal coming through right now until this problem gets sorted, which, like I say, we'll probably do that in the next stream, because it's going to take a bit more planning. Hey Max, how you doing? Jack says there's an error in the bio. Sorry Jack, what's the error in the bio? Like a typo? Is this the Industrial Revolution in Minecraft, says Riley? It is. It is. That's basically that's basically the create mod. It says you're a girl gamer, but I don't believe it. Oh, okay, Jack. Okay. It was an attempt at an insult. Nice try. Anyway. Oh, I'm also going to head down quickly to the mine. Here we go. I'm doing well, Saul. How are you doing? I'm very good, Max. Thanks very much. Can't remember how I get out of here. We need to build a proper staircase out of here. I hear a backpack. Oh, I heard a monster with a backpack. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. If you don't mind, can you show me your passport to prove it, love? No. I'm not going to show my government-issued ID on stream because I'm not going to dox myself like that. And actually, I don't have a passport with my preferred gender on it right now. I've got a driving license, or a provisional license, I should say. I changed that about a year ago. I have had a little bit of trouble with changing my passport. It's a very arduous process, let's say. But I am in the process of getting that changed as well. Oop. Shit. Right, well, fuck you. I thought this mod had selectors that can be used to control what goes through. They can, Fred, they can. The problem is that all of those different materials are going through the same way. So we need to split them up a little bit further. Is it on Feather Client, says Riley? I don't know, Riley. It's I'm playing with CurseForge, so all of the mods that I'm using are available on CurseForge. Whether they're available elsewhere, I don't know. Where are these coming from? Is there a dungeon? Oh yeah, there must be a dungeon. But where? Oh, creeper. Trying to upgrade diamond armor. Went to find some trims, couldn't find a bastion in 3 hours, but found 4 nether fortresses. Sometimes bastions, I feel like bastions are really hard to find compared to nether fortresses. I think technically they have the same like frequency, but it always just feels like bastions are much rarer. Anyway, here's our mining machine, which I didn't put any stairs on, so we can't get up to it. There we go. And you know how this works, because we built this in the last stream. Although I actually don't know where the material's been stored. Oh, there's an invisible chest. I remember now. Yeah, the chest turned invisible for some reason when we built it, but there we go. So we got a mining drill working. It's semi-automated. I didn't want an automated one because I don't want tons and tons of material coming in that we're not going to use. It's easier to do it this way, and I can just come down and get material when I need it. Oh! Spider jockey. Oh, cool. Not seen one of those for a while. You can turn them on and off, put them on a delay. I feel like that's way too much hassle when I could just move one of the machines, you know, so that half of the materials go a different way. I mean, we definitely could build some kind of clock that, like, says after 5 seconds let a copper ingot go this way, but they automatically split stacks anyway. They automatically send any material that comes in, it gets split in half, so half of it will go continue and half of it will go the other way. But yeah, that's for next week anyway. That's not something that I'm going to focus on today, because today we have more important things to do. We've got to connect up our loose ends on the rail network. We have 2 little spurs of track that currently end in a dead end. Just up here on this raised platform, there's a little bit of track that ends there. And obviously over at the dam, we've got a track that goes into the tunnel but then ends. So what we're going to do, if I just head up here... when will we be uploading the clip from the farm game with the animals? I don't know yet, Riley. I'm looking into it. I haven't really had time to edit any clips lately, but I definitely want to post some highlights from that stream because that was really good. Okay, so yeah, here's the deal. So we got a track that ends here. We got a track that ends here. What I want to do is build a bridge over the water. So that track is going to go over a bridge and into another tunnel, and then they're going to connect up further down here. So that's going to make a complete loop. Well, it's not going to loop, actually. It's going to meet in the same direction, and then I'm going to put a loop up here for trains to turn around and come back down. That's what I'm thinking. So first of all, what's the situation with train tracks? I don't think we've got any at the minute. Ow! Ugh! Sawmill. Whoops. Which track will transport the space rockets? Oh, I'll show you, Fred, because we've already placed some, if I remember correctly. Space Center. Can you make the villager cities? What do you mean, Riley? Oh yeah, this is work in progress, obviously. Just ignore that. Oh, wait, isn't this blocked off? Yeah, this is blocked off as well, so we actually can't get up to the surface through here at the moment. Back we go. Mrs. Lewin, whatever, says, don't know if you remember me as we've not seen each other in a long time, but we're related. I somehow doubt that. Anyone who tries to reach out to a long-lost relative via a TikTok live stream, I'm immediately suspicious of. Okay, so this is the track that we're using for the launch. It's tireless train track, wide tireless train track. I thought that this captured the look of what we're going for with the launch pad. I didn't want wooden sleepers or anything like that. I think this looks quite realistic to how real launch sites look. You know, they have these rails that are just kind of set into the concrete. As you see in a lot of industrial areas, and the wide gauge, I think, makes a big difference. It you know, really signifies a more heavy-duty rail vehicle, because these tracks are, I think this track gauge is 2 meters. Oh, 3 meters, the track gauge here, whereas the standard track is 1.5. So yeah, that's what I've been using for the rocket launch site, and obviously eventually the rockets will be rolled out of the factory to the launch pads here. Since there's trains and factories, I thought you could make villagers cities. I mean, you could build a city for villagers, yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of mods out there that you could use to automate that kind of thing. I don't really bother with villagers, to be honest, on Minecraft. Like, I've got a friend who, every time we'd set up a Minecraft server, there's one friend who always goes straight to building a huge villager trading hall, and then puts out the message, like, come to my base, there's a huge villager trading hall here. So I never really have to bother with with villager trading. It's like a whole side of Minecraft that I'm not massively familiar with, because I don't really spend much time doing it. I very rarely trade with villagers, to be honest with you. Anyway, back to where we were. So we were looking for train track, right? We got 208 here, that's good. How are we doing for andesite alloy, by the way? 971. Okay, I think I might turn off the andesite machine for a bit. I feel like we got enough andesite alloy for now. We'll turn that off. How are we doing for birch? Because we can turn off the tree farm as well if necessary. 190. I'll leave that going for a bit. I'll leave that to run for a bit longer. Oh wait, this isn't running. Okay, well that would explain why we've only got 190, wouldn't it? Okay, let's turn this back on then, which is... Wait. Oh, it is running, it's just stuck. How has it managed to get itself stuck? Well, that's odd. Okay, I'm not quite sure how that managed to get stuck, but it did. This is my tree farm, by the way. I think it's really cool. It's definitely, like, one of the least efficient ways to build a tree farm with this mod. But I love these Gantt trees. I think they're so cool. All this does is it goes backwards and forwards and chops down any trees that are in front of it. When it gets to the end, there's a signal, you know, it interacts with this redstone contact here, which sends a signal to this to flip the direction of the Gantt tree, which then sends it back the other way. So it just goes up and down, you know, continuously. It seems to be getting stuck at the minute, though. I don't know if it could be a recent update to the mod, to the create mod, that's caused this to happen. Because normally it goes up and down without issue. It's also not replanting any of the seeds, which is... replanting the saplings, which is strange. This must be an issue with the mods. The thing is, when you're playing with so many mods, you can't really update them. I've got like 28 mods that need updating right now, but you have to update them literally one at a time and then launch the game to make sure that they're all working properly. Even if you update, even if you try to update them like 5 at a time, you always end up with a massive crash because one mod's been updated and it's now incompatible with this mod. So I tend to just not update the mods. But you end up with situations like this, where you've got like 24 mods that all need to be updated, and it's probably that which is causing the tree farm to not work properly. So I'll put that on the list of things to troubleshoot next week. In fact, we should probably actually make a list of things to troubleshoot next week, because I'm terrible at remembering what needs to be done between streams. Let me just erase all of these. Oh my god. I use this clipboard for a blueprint, by the way. It's always a nightmare erasing stuff after that. Okay, so I am going to put on the list fix birch farm. Birch doesn't need to be capitalized. Fix the ore processor. That's it for now. If there's any other issues, I will put them on the to-do list for next time. Very strange. One second. Okay, that's for next time. We haven't even gotten started with the thing that I was supposed to be doing today, which is building a train tunnel. How was the rest of Saturday night? Great. It was great, Draydog. The last game that we played, Make Room, was not the most exciting, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a lot of fun. The highlight was definitely My Voice Zoo, though. I absolutely loved playing that. That was so funny. Is there any game you don't play? Every time I see you live, it's something else. I do have quite a few games on the agenda, yeah. I play Minecraft, Euro Truck, SnowRunner, Farming Sim, Subnautica. I'm going to be starting Resident Evil Requiem on Wednesday. Very excited for that. That's the newest game that released last week. Are you doing SnowRunner tomorrow? No, Matt. Next live stream is going to be Horror Wednesday. Like I say, I'm going to be starting Resident Evil Requiem. It occurs to me I don't actually have any way to get up to my new line that I've built. Because there's no collision on curves with the Create mods. Like, you can see that I can walk on the straight sections of track, but you can't walk on curved track. It has no collision. So I can't actually get onto the bridge that I've built. Can I walk on the girders? No. Do I have any ladders? Also no. We need to build some kind of access. I mean, even if it's just a couple of ladder pieces here, that'd probably solve the problem, really. Can we do horror games? Yeah, I do play horror games, right? Like I say, we just finished playing Outlast a few weeks ago, and I'm going to start playing Resident Evil Requiem on Wednesday. Scaffold, says Fred. Scaffold could work. We've got some andesite scaffold, and that actually might fit as well aesthetically. Let's give it a try. The thing is, I want to minimize... Like, I don't want to ruin the look of this. I like how... I like how it looks. Well, mind you, with scaffold we can just take it down afterwards, right? That's the beauty of it. It's temporary. There we go, that'll do. And we can take it down when we're done. So, train track is going to go across the water here. We need to decide how the bridge is going to look. There's not really enough space for like a big a big fancy bridge, you know, like a suspension bridge or an arch. But I also don't want it to just be a plain girder bridge like we've built elsewhere, because that's a little bit boring, to be honest. Let's go for something a little bit more interesting. Maybe if we just lay the track first and then, you know, get an idea of how we want it to look. I'll lay some andesite casings because we can pick those up quite quickly afterwards. Can we do Super Mario World playthrough on the NES? I used to love that game. I honestly don't know, Riley. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to play games on other consoles. But I do have plans to get an NES. So if I can, I will. Okay, here we go. So the max we can do is 32 blocks, which will bring us to here. Okay, just don't break the track itself. There we go. Okay. And then I think we should be able to just head straight across here. Level 76. Oh, well that's not in line. Don't know what happened there. That's also not in line. There we go. Let me just sleep. Sleeping on the tracks. That's why they call them sleepers, you know. Afternoon, Charlie. How you doing? Okay, so that's the track laid. Now, if we take a step back, take a look at it from a distance, and have a think about what kind of bridge we want to put there to fill that space. Let's head to the dam. Get a good look from here. I mean, an arch is a possibility. I don't know if I like the idea of an arch because I've just fallen off the dam. Whoops. Let's try again. Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea of an arch because it means we're going to have pillars there, like at the edge of the factory, and that doesn't really make sense to go from, like, the railway being suspended, like, hanging off the side of the factory, to then having a big arch. Like, I don't know, that just doesn't really fit to me. There's also not really room for a suspension bridge, though. Potentially if there was a single span, like if there was a single column in the middle or like close to the bank there, with some cables running down. We could even use the cables from New Age. Like we could use these cables to emulate the cables of a suspension bridge. That could be a good idea. Look at Rail Baltica's longest railway bridge project. Let's have a look. Rail Baltica bridge. Oh. Oh, that's quite cool. It's got kind of... It's got like regular pillars, but then in the middle it's got an A-shaped pillar. That's quite interesting. Like I say, I want to try and avoid pillars, though. The only design that I can really think of that would avoid pillars would be a suspension bridge. Or we could do that A shape, but put it like under the middle. If we just put an A-shaped frame there, and then have no support on the other sides, because it's got support on that side from the factory itself, and obviously on the other side it's going to be going straight onto the embankment. So maybe that could work. Maybe if we put an A-shaped pillar in the middle, and obviously because the bridge partly goes over land as well, the center line of the bridge won't actually be the center of the river, so it'll be sort of there, I'd say, would be the center point, which would still leave space for boats to get past, you know. We're not going to be building any boats, but, like, for the sake of realism, you know, you could imagine that it would leave space for ships to pass. That could work. That could work. So what should we build it out of, then? I'm going to say concrete would be the best option. The Baltica one looks like it's made of concrete. And we do have access to quite a lot of sand and gravel to make concrete with. The other option is potentially tough bricks, or tough pillars, which is what we've used for this here. Finally building a harbour, says Draydog. Not yet. We're not building a harbour right now, but long term, I'm thinking we will need a harbour, because actually, I'm just thinking about it right now. We're going to be mining crude oil, right? We're going to be drilling, we're going to be setting up offshore drilling rigs for crude oil. What better way to transport the crude oil inland than with a shipping container, right? Like, if we build an oil rig over there, we could build a barge to bring the crude oil to the main factory, and that actually it's got a nice synergy to it then, you know. It all kind of comes together. If we transform this area around the base of the factory into a little harbour, and then if we build the suspension, if we build the bridge in such a way that we're deliberately leaving room for that harbour around the factory, it kind of works out. It kind of works out. So that does seem like the best option. Let's head back to base and see what materials we've got, and see if we can start laying some groundwork. What you making, says Adus Fletcher. Right now we are working on a bridge to take our railway line over this river here. Long term, we are gonna potentially be adding a harbour to the factory as well, so we're trying to design the bridge around that. Big Knots Leon, by the way, has... oh no, he's doxed me! He's revealed my full legal name is Saul Rose Ruby Ashbridge. Now everybody on the internet knows! Oh wait, hang on a minute. Everybody on the internet already knows. It's in my bio. Literally everybody knows this publicly available information. Well done, Leon. You've doxed absolutely nothing. Nice try, though. Okay, concrete. We got white concrete. But I'm thinking maybe grey concrete would be better. The thing for me about Minecraft concrete is I actually think the texture is a little bit plain. We do have this striated concrete from Blocks You Need, which I think is a bit closer, you know, a bit more textured. But it looks a bit too much like stone as well. Like, if we're going to do that, we might as well just use regular stone. It'd be cheaper to make. What we need is something that's a light grey colour, like a concrete-ish colour, but with a bit of texture to it as well. Maybe andesite? No, I'm not a big fan of that. Diorite? Diorite's too white. Tough. Oh, hang on a minute. Cut tough. This could be perfect. Let me just make some of that. Not polished, just regular cut tough. Ooh. Okay, this could be it. This could be it. I still think it's got a little bit too much texture, but this looks more like concrete. You know, this looks more like concrete than actual concrete in Minecraft, you know what I mean? This has a nice concrete look to it. I think we might use this. I think we might build it out of this. So we're going to need more tuff. Again, what a surprise. We always need tuff. But we've already set up the mining equipment to easily extract a lot of tuff, so I guess let's go and get some more. Might be a no-go, but why another bridge? Why not a Eurotunnel type thing? We are going to build... We are going to be doing quite a lot of tunneling in the very near future, Owen. Once we get over the river, that railway line is going to go into a tunnel, and it's going to connect up to this one, which obviously is also in a tunnel. Thanks for following, Charlie. And actually, I have already dug a tunnel all the way through the mountain here, which comes out on the other side of the mountain. So we're going to have a tunnel. We're going to have a diagonal tunnel that's going to connect this track up to this track here, and then there's an open cave here at the other end where there's going to be a loop. So trains are going to go. The train's going to come down. It's going to go around the factory, up here again, and then it's going to loop round to come back again. Is that a large reserve offshore at the end of that tunnel? Unfortunately not. No, this is just an island. Because we're underground right now, it's not rendering the top of the island. But if I go back outside... There we go. It's just another island. But the reason that the train track is going in this direction is because eventually there's going to be a very long bridge over here that connects to the zinc mine. That might be a really good place for a huge suspension bridge kind of thing. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to head down to the mine. I'm going to get some more tuff. And we're going to make some more of these cut tuff, because I think it is a nice concrete-like texture. Just have a question. What do you identify as, says Charlie? I am a trans woman, Charlie, so I was assigned male at birth. It says male on my birth certificate. I came out about 5 years ago, and I've lived as a woman ever since. I'm out to my family and friends, as well as publicly. I've also changed my gender on legal documents, but I haven't yet started my medical transition, so no hormones, no surgery, or anything like that as of yet. Right, down to the mine. Thanks for sharing. Have a good stream. No worries, Charlie. There's got to be a dungeon down here, because it seems to be zombies specifically. Like, I haven't really seen anything else down here. It seems to be just zombies. I'm wondering if there's a dungeon around here somewhere. Do you plan to medically transition? Good question. Good question, Owen. Somewhat, yes. I don't plan on having surgery. I'm not interested in that. To be quite honest, I'm happy enough with what I've got in that department, as it were. I would like to take hormones, because I would like to, you know, get some growth up here. But surgery is not really something that I personally consider to be necessary. I think, you know, I've said it before, but every trans person has a different goal in mind with transition. It's a very personal thing. I think a lot of people have this assumption that it's kind of like a very strict progression, you know, of, you know, everyone starts here, everyone takes these steps, and, you know, everyone finishes in the same place. But of course, it's a lot more nuanced than that. Everyone has a different idea in mind when they start their transition. Everyone has different steps that they want to take, you know what I mean? Transition is subjective. Exactly. For some people, hormones are necessary. For some people, they're not. Same goes for surgery. Like I say, for me personally, surgery is not really something that I'm bothered about. But hormones definitely are something that I intend to pursue in the future. Okay, let's keep drilling. I didn't find a dungeon. I did find a little abandoned camp, but no dungeon. What's with the crazy roar when you go into the mine, says Max? That's just ambient noise. Minecraft occasionally plays creepy noises when you're underground. I like them. It adds to the atmosphere. It's amazing how far. It's amazing how quick the noise rolls off from the train. Like literally, I'm like 10 blocks away, and it's completely silent. I can't hear the drills at all. That's some crazy roll off. I'm also not getting any tough. I built this train to get tough, and we haven't. We encountered a pocket of tough a while back, but right now it's just deep slate, which to be fair we do need quite a lot of that as well, so it is good to get it. All I find on mine is abandoned mines and old ruins. The camp is from a mod, I should point out. That little abandoned camp that we found with the campfire and the the bed and stuff, that is from TheRelaxed? Is it from TheRelaxed? I don't know. It's from a mod. I'm not sure which mod. Like, there's another one here. Yeah, this is. Oh god, this is from a mod, as you can probably tell. Artifacts. It's from the Artifacts mod. Sometimes there's a mimic. Ooh. Shock pendant. Chance to strike attackers with lightning. Wow. I don't want to wear that, because I don't want to kill a zombie outside the factory and accidentally, cause a lightning strike. I'm going to put that away. Oh, diamonds. What? Fuck off. A baby zombie's taken control of my mining drill. Get off. Okay, diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Oh, shit. I think there may have been some more diamonds that got voided, because when the storage is full, the mining drill, I think it just voids items. We may have lost some diamonds there. Which is very unfortunate. But yeah, anyway, so this is from the Artifacts mod. Ooh. They spawn randomly underground, these little abandoned campsites, as it were, like abandoned mining stations. You can find some pretty good loot in them as well. So they're definitely worth keeping an eye out for if you use that mod. What's going on here? This looks very unnatural. I didn't place this. I've not been here before. Maybe it's just some weird looking natural generation. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. We need tough. We still need more tough. Oh, I was gonna modify this so that it picks up the rails as it goes as well. I forgot to do that. We are wasting a lot of rails by having it, just continuously lay them. It doesn't really need to do that. So if we could modify it, there's a block called a plow, I believe. Yeah, there's a block here called a plow, which it can scoop up non-block entities, like rails, for example. So if we put one of those at the back, it'd pick up the rails, it'd scoop them up as it went along. In fact, let's put that on the to-do list. Add plow to mining drill. There we go. I'm actually making a to-do list. This is good. Next week, I'll actually have some stuff to do. Because I really feel like, whenever I play Minecraft, I'm always sat here like, oh, I need to do this next time, I need to do this next time, I need to do this next time, and then next time happens, and I forget all of the things that I was supposed to do. That's why we have a to-do list, and I can actually make sure that we're using the to-do list so that the things that need to be done get done. Also, we found tuff. Not much of it, but better than nothing. Oh god, look at all this deep slate. We do need the deep slate as well, because the really, really long tunnel that I've put up here through the mountain, that's gonna be the walls of that are gonna be deep slate bricks. So we are gonna need a lot of deep slate. Oh, another diamond. Blackstone, not so much. I'm sure we'll find a use for it, but I don't really... I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. I don't like the texture of it. It's too messy. I guess it could blend well with other dark textured blocks. But like the Blackstone bricks, for example, if I can spell... yeah, I don't really like the texture on these. It's a bit too messy, like I say. I think mixed with other dark coloured bricks it could work. Like Scorchia is kind of a similar colour. If we built a wall out of Scorchia with the occasional Blackstone mixed in. We'll put it to one side for now. We can use it as a stand-in for regular stone as well, so we could always use it for recipes that need stone. Do I have my handcart with me? I should have bought the handcart as well. We could have ridden the handcart back to the other end of the tunnel. I'm going to put that in my inventory so that I don't forget for next time. Okay, here we go. Ooh, cloudy. What's it called? Rail... handcar. Where is it? I've definitely got a handcar. Maybe it's at the rail yard. No. Oh, there it is. Well, I should probably look before... Actually, no, the trains aren't running today, so we're okay. Here we go. Take this. Oh, God, look at all that deep slate. Oh, I signalled all of this, by the way. I did this off camera, but I added signals to all of the sidings here, so the rail network can function properly now. It's not gonna... Like, having a train parked in one of the sidings isn't gonna cause a huge backlog or anything. It might not be a good idea to just offload all of the Blackstone and Deep Slate into this vault, because I do not know how much storage space is left in here. Can we find out? If we use a... what is it that reads the inventory? A stock counter? Stock taker? Stock ticker? No, that's for ordering items. What is it that shows us... A display link. It's a display link, right? Yes, okay, we can use a display link to read the capacity of the vault. Show us how many slots it's got available, or how many slots are occupied. Do we have one of those? No. We do have some display boards, which will come in handy. Brass casing and a transmitter. I think we got those. Nope, we don't have a transmitter. Transmitter is copper sheets, lightning rod, redstone. A little bit of a tangent, a little bit of a side quest, but I need to. It's something we should have done a long time ago, to be fair. Okay, nope, we need 3 copper for a lightning rod. There we go. Copper sheets and a piece of redstone. There's our transmitter, and then we combine that with a brass casing. And there's our display link. Now, if we just bang this on the side of the vault here... Oh, no. Wait, we need to set a display first, right? I mean, we could... Just for the sake of a test, we could set it to here. And not a display source. Oh. So how... Wait, so how do we read the... Hang on. Sources for display link. Oh. Maybe a threshold switch, then? Yeah, it could be a threshold switch. They monitor the fill level of containers. Oh, wow, that says it's only half full. Not even half full. Damn. Okay, well, that is useful information. It would be nice if we could get an exact figure, though. Can a display link work on this? Ah. Okay, it can display a progress bar or a percent. Oh, it's being overwritten right now. This is also the same display that's reading the control tower for the mining drills, so it's going to keep overwriting itself. Did that say... Hold on. Can I turn off the control tower? Did I have the foresight to put a master switch in the control tower? I genuinely don't remember if I did. Probably not, because I didn't even have the foresight to put a door on it. Okay, I don't want to touch any of this, because it's going to undoubtedly break it all. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why did I not put a master switch in there? Okay, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to even attempt to do anything about that. We can put another thing on top. Why not? If I can climb up. The sun's making more of an appearance. I can finally go and do more videos. Nice one, Draydog. I am hopefully going to be getting out in the sun very soon as well. I don't know if I'm going to go this week or not, because I haven't really had time to plan a walk. But I am... Oh, for fuck's sake. I am going to be going to the Peak District again very soon. And there is definitely going to be another Peak District video coming, you know, shortly after. Okay, progress bar. That can't be right. I know this vault is big, but it can't be that big, surely. How do I make more display boards? It might be just condensed because of the... Oh, my TikTok overlay is slightly too large? Is it? Hold on. It won't show me the preview while I'm streaming now. Oh, it is. Why? It's not on my like on the in-app preview. It's fine. Why is that? Well, that's annoying. Just give me a second. It's weird. It's like the aspect ratio's changed. This is not the usual aspect ratio. Like, I haven't changed any of my settings or anything, but it's kind of like zoomed in more than usual. That's weird. Why is it doing that? I'm also not quite sure how to change that. I think, unfortunately, we're just going to have to live with it for today. I don't know why that's happened. Has it been like that for the whole stream? Because, like I say, I haven't changed any of my settings or anything. It's exactly the same as every other stream I've done. For some reason, it's just... It's like it's zoomed in slightly. I don't know why it's done that. But, again, I will just leave it for today. Just wanted to make you aware of it. Thank you for letting me know, Owen. I don't know why it is, but I'll try and figure it out before the next stream. Very, very odd thing to happen. Okay, andesite alloys and electron tubes. As long as you can still see most of the game, and you can still read the follower goal on top. It's just like cutting off the ends of the UI, which is not too bad. Do we have any rose quartz? Yeah, sorry about that. No idea what happened, what's caused that. Other way around, I always get that recipe the wrong way around. It's 8 redstone and 1 quartz. The game screen's fine, it's just the follower and socials icons. Is the game screen definitely fine? Because I feel like that's probably been cropped slightly as well. Like, can you see Can you see all the way to the edges of the game screen, or is that slightly cropped in as well? Like, can you see the minimap? Can you see the full square of the minimap? The minimap's cut off a little as well. Okay. Yeah, so like I say, I think it's like the entire stream is just slightly zoomed in. It's weird. It's weird. It's watchable. As long as it's watchable, you know, it's not like urgent that it gets sorted right this instant. So I'll try and figure that out before the next stream. But yeah, what an odd thing to happen. Anyway, more display boards. We are gonna slightly increase the size of this display up here. Okay. It doesn't bother me, but I know you like that stuff to be perfect. I do. It bothers me. I know you guys understand and you're fine with it, but it bothers me not knowing how it's happened. You know, it's gonna bug me for the whole stream, to be honest. But I'll figure it out before next time. Anyway, we now have. We now have a display board to actually show the fill level of our storage vault, and by the looks of it, the storage vault is nowhere near full. I was worried. I was worried, like, we built this way back in, like, the 3rd episode of the series, and every single episode we have just been throwing everything into it. Like, every single item that we have is stored in this vault. We have 3,000 deep slate in there. We have 689 blackstone. We have nearly 1,000. We got 2,000 cobblestone. 3,000 cobbled deep slate. 1,000 netherrack. We have so much stuff in here, and it's like 25% full, not even that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In fact, we can display it as a percentage instead. 27% full. It's not even a quarter of the way full. These things are huge. I underestimated just how big the storage space in this thing is. That is insane. Wow. Okay, so as it turns out, we don't need to worry about storage at all. Our storage problem is non-existent. It's going to be another 100 episodes before we have to worry about storage. Great. Storage... Main storage vault. You're beautiful. Thank you, Jay. It's very nice of you. Oh, we can't fit main storage vault on there. We'll just put main vault. Ah, okay. I see the problem. Right. We just want to put main vault on the top. And then the bottom has the actual progress bar on it. There we go. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me make another clipboard real quick. I don't want to overwrite our current clipboards. Wait, can you do this with a piece of paper, actually? I don't think you can, but I've never actually tried it. No, you can't. That's a shame. So now we just got a piece of paper called main vault. Lovely. I I'll put that away, forget that it exists, and then one day I'll be like, why do I have got a piece of paper called main vault? Okay, planks, paper, and it's fairly cheap to make a clipboard anyway. It'll only really start to fill up when you get a quarry going. That is true, Fred. That's part of the reason why I've deliberately not made a quarry. Like I say, I don't really want to just have thousands of blocks that I'm never going to use. That's why I built the mining drill the way that I did, so it's not fully automated. It requires me to actually sit in the driver's seat, so I can use it to only collect materials when I explicitly need them. There we go. Okay, so we now got a stock counter for our main storage vault. That's very good. We've also got 2 clipboards, which is going to get confusing. That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm happy with it. What were we doing before that little side tangent? We were making cut tough. You can block select a quarry to only store specific blocks and dispose of others. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Is this a create quarry we're talking about? Like, is it, or is it, How would you make a quarry with create? I made a very basic one before, which used a rope pulley system. It was like a little minecart with a mining drill attached to it, and what it would do is it would drill all the way down to bedrock, then it'd pull itself back up, it'd move 1 block to the side, or like 5 blocks to the side, and do the same, drill all the way down, back up, move over, drill all the way down, back up, over. That was a really cool little system. You can use redstone systems and other mods to only allow certain blocks through. That's true. Yeah, I mean, we could just use a bin. We could just have a trash can, and like have the quarry automatically send cobblestone into the trash can, for example. So yeah, it's definitely possible. Anyway, that's for another time. We'll leave that for today. What I really want to do is I want to get over to this bridge and start laying some concrete. Okay, first of all, how are we going to transition from the suspended section, which is made of tough pillars, to the concrete section? Metal. There should be like an expansion joint. That's what it should be. Because these are like effectively 2 different bridges, there should be an expansion joint between them. So steel or iron, some metal-looking block would be perfect to have like a little bit of separation between them. And again, we can make it look like an expansion joint. A modded multiplayer that paid subs can join would be cool in the future, like once a week. That would be cool. That would be cool, Fred. I have toyed with the idea of multiplayer Minecraft before. The thing is, previously when we've done multiplayer, we did do multiplayer farming sim, but because I was paying for the server, it didn't really seem worth it, because the server was normally very quiet. I'd only like to set up a server if I could justify it, you know, if there was going to be a guaranteed level of usage from the community. A basic iron block might work. A basic iron block could work. I'm thinking, though, I've got these oil barrels that I crafted by accident that I don't really have any use for, and there does just so happen to be 3 of them. And they do connect, they have a multi-block texture. So let's just use this. Minecraft servers are a lot cheaper to run and incentive for more paid subs. That's true, that's true. It could be like a Patreon exclusive server, like Patreon members only. can participate in the Minecraft server. That's a very good idea, because then, you know, some of the money from Patreons could be used to contribute to keeping the server running. I like it. I like it. Something to think about. I should have used scaffolding for this. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to building the old nerd pole in Minecraft. I'm showing my age there, because literally nobody calls them that anymore. But, you know, back in my day, people called this nerd poling. I think they just call it pillaring these days because they're boring and basic. Hey, Monkey, it's been super long. Why did you stop streaming on TikTok? I am still streaming on TikTok, Monkey D. Luffy. I'm on a new account now because my old account got shadow banned. My new account is called Saul Ashbridge, and I'm live on it right now, so you can still join. In fact, I'll put a quick link in the YouTube chat for you. Just give me a moment. FS25 servers can be quite expensive in comparison. Very true, yeah. Like, because I pre-ordered Farming Sim 25, I got a code to get a discount on Nitrado. But it was still costing me £8 a month for a server, and it just didn't seem worth it, because again, not many people really joined. But I know Minecraft servers can be a lot cheaper, and again, you know, so some money would go towards it from Patreons if I were to make it Patreon exclusive. But yeah. Anyway, this is our expansion joint. I think that is pretty perfect, actually. Like, that is a really good texture for it. So now we'll continue building the rest of the superstructure from concrete. Dean, how are you? Says Leanne. I'm fine, Leanne. Dean is my dad's name. I don't know where you got the impression that my name was Dean, but it is not. I'm going to sleep real quick. Thanks for following, Dan. Okay, I'm going to take up some of the rails. Oh, that's Monkey D. Luffy from YouTube. How are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so this is my new TikTok account. It's been going for about 2 months now. The only thing you have to bear in mind is hosting's more expensive because of RAM prices. Oh yeah, don't talk to me about RAM prices at the moment. I mean, AI is already bad enough for like a million other reasons, but the fact that RAM is now more expensive than ever before and it's still getting higher and higher, that's the worst part, honestly. Never mind the pollution and the you know, the theft of other people's intellectual property. No, it's the RAM prices that are the real downside to this whole situation. Okay, whoops, I just suddenly forgot how to play Minecraft for a second there. I could have used my building gadget for this. I tend to forget that I have building gadgets. Okay, this bridge was longer than I thought. I didn't actually count how long it is either. Ooh. We'll worry about landscaping later. I think also some kind of base here on the other side before it actually hits the cliffside. Okay, let's see. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Whoops. 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55? 55 blocks, that seems good, because we can put a pillar directly in the middle. If we count back... What's half of 50? Half of 54. 27. If we count 27 blocks... And then on the 28th, which is here, we build our big pillar. Had to nip off for a phone call. Did you say anything about the RAM? Yeah, I just mentioned how expensive it is and how annoying that is as a result. Okay, we'll get that block that we missed. Don't worry. So that's the center line. If we build the bridge 55 blocks wide, that's the center line. Or 55 blocks long, sorry. I'm going to go up to the dam again. The dam's the best place to get a good good viewpoint. That honestly seems perfect. That is the perfect position for that. There's enough room for boats to get through on the left. Good. Good, 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 good. Now, the question is, how are we going to build the A-shaped pillars? And the answer is, I already have an answer. We are going to use copycat layers, which is what I used to make the... If I go back over to the dam again... So I used copycat layers here to make a really smooth curve on the dam wall. Like each block, it only goes out like 1/8 of a block on each row, and it gives it this really nice smooth looking curve. If we do that vertically, then we can make a nice gently sloping pillar. Or we could just do it with half slabs, depending on how steep we want the slope to be. I'll tell you what. We will go and make some of these copycat layers, and we'll see how they look. Didn't mean to do that. Is this Roblox? No, Billy. This is Minecraft. This is going to be one of those decisions you have to make visually while doing it. Yes. I know. This is why I like to plan stuff off stream. Because I hate doing the trial and error stuff on stream. I feel like it's really boring. I try not to make it boring, but I feel like when I'm just playing around with different shapes for 20 minutes to figure out what looks best, it's not the most exciting thing, which is why I do like to try and plan stuff off stream. But let's see. What Roblox game is this? This is called Minecraft Java Edition. It's not affiliated with Roblox in any way. That's part of Minecraft and building and demolishing continuously. True, true. Okay, I am going to ignore you at this point, Billy, but thanks for joining. It's a shame. You know what's a real shame? There's no vertical adjustable slope. Like there's these slopes here that you can adjust the height of them. I'll show you what I mean if you're not familiar with it. Oh, I meant to take out the whole stack. There we go. So yeah, you can use these to make adjustable, like you can adjust the height of a slope, but there's no vertical version. It would be really cool if there was a vertical version of this, because you can place layers vertically. It'd be cool if you could place these vertically as well, and then you could adjust like how far out the slope goes. But, alas, that's not an option. So we got copycat layers and we got copycat slabs. Those are the two options. In fact, before we go and actually build it in place, let's try and build it here. Do you have the ability to shape and chisel blocks? We don't, Fred. No, I'm not using the chisel mod because it really. The one where you can like chisel individual pixels out of blocks, I'm not using that because it causes some big performance issues with some of the other mods that I'm using. How many mods do you have active? We have 150, I believe, at the minute. When we first started, it was less than 100, but I've slowly added more and more mods to the game as we've progressed, which I don't like doing. I deliberately tried to keep the mod list small when we first started, but it happens. It got away from me. Okay, can't sleep yet. So. Option 1 is this. Now, I feel like that is a bit too steep. I mean, not steep enough, sorry. It's too diagonal. It needs to be slightly steeper, you know what I mean? So option 2 is to use layers. I'll have to just build it against this wall for the purposes of demonstration. But with layers, we can do this, which I think is a lot better. We could do an even narrower one. Like this. But that might be a bit too steep, I think. So I think if we do this, like if it comes out by 2 layers each time. Layers is cool, says Fred. Option 2 is much better, says P. I think this could work. And there's going to be layers on the other side as well, so it is going to, like, the whole wall, it's not going to be, like, flat on one side. You know what I mean. I think that's the best option. We are going to need more of these layers, though, so let's check out the zinc situation. Hey, Jude. How are you doing? Nice name. I'm not going to get copyright struck by the Beatles just for saying, hey Jude, am I? Zinc. Nope. Copycat. Nope. Let's go and check the storage vault. Might not show as slope, but do you have any roof blocks? That's a good idea, Fred. We can do steep roofs. We would need concrete. Oh, that's the other thing. Because we're using cut tough, aren't we? and there's no cut tough version of the roof. I actually do like the idea of roofs. I think it'd give a nice slope, but there's no copycat roof, unfortunately. There might be a mod for it. There might be a mod that lets you do copycat roofs. But as of right now, we don't have that. And if we want to use cut tough, we've got to use copycats. So we'll stick with the layer strategy for now. We can always update it in future if I do find a better option. 44 zinc. That's not very much, is it? Just an idea. It's a good idea, genuinely. So it's not a bad suggestion. Like I say, if I can find a mod that adds copycat roofs, then definitely could work. Copycat layer. Okay. Woo, that's more like it. I forgot you get 16 layers per ingot, so that is quite a few. We've also got 30 more ingots that I didn't realise we had. Okay. We are going to have to start from the top, I think. Because obviously if we start doing 2 pillars, we don't know exactly where they're going to meet. So if we find the exact spot that the base is going to... Right, okay, so it needs to center on this point here. Right, can I place scaffolding downwards? No. Unfortunate. Let's just drop down and place some from the bottom. Oh shit, we've taken the water up with us. Can we not, please? Are you joking? It's got water. Every single piece of scaffolding is waterlogged. How? Oh, and it won't clear either. Okay, don't place scaffolding underwater. Lesson learned. Immediate regret. There's a bug with the scaffolding where if the base of it is underwater, then every single piece of scaffolding you place will be waterlogged. Now we've got a massive column of water to get rid of. Future discovery for water transporting. Honestly, it could have its uses. If we need to build a very tall column of water very quickly, we know that we can use scaffolding to make it. Okay, let's put the base of the scaffold on land, or on this platform. That's better. Okay. So, layers and tough is what we're going to need. Set up. Ow. Okay. I don't know how wide we want it to be at the top yet. Let's just wing it. Ow. If I can stop falling down. Let's just wing it and see what we can come up with. I keep forgetting that pressing shift when you're on the scaffold causes you to fall through it. Which also makes it very difficult to break. Because you need to press shift to break stuff with the wrench. This feels not well designed, I have to say. Also, isn't scaffolding supposed to break when you break the bottom bit? Isn't that like the whole point of scaffolding? Isn't that why I made this? I've just fucking thrown my wrench in... Oh, I threw my pickaxe! No, wait, what? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. 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 Do not tell me... Did I just lose my pickaxe because of a glitch? Oh, I got it back. I got it back. Did you see that? Did you see that? I dropped my pickaxe, but it was a wrench that actually fell. And when I picked it back up, it was a wrench. But then it turned back into a pickaxe. I almost lost my pickaxe because of a bug. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my backpack, I think, until I actually need it. And I'm going to get a less important pickaxe out. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Okay, I can see immediately that this is not going to be a straightforward thing, is it? I can see a crash out on the horizon. I feel like I may have actually chosen the worst possible way to do this. It's going to look good, but it's going to be a real pain in the arse to build. And it's just dawning on me how difficult it's going to be to build. Keep falling through the scaffolding as well. Okay, we can actually use some vertical slabs here as well. I'm thinking... Well, first of all, I'm thinking, fuck the scaffolding. I'm just gonna use blocks to make a scaffold, because the actual scaffolding is a pile of shit. And second... I've lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, we can use vertical slabs. Whenever there's a 4-layered section, we can use vertical slabs instead. Then that saves us a few layers. And then obviously here we can use full blocks. What are you building, says Joe? At the minute we're building a bridge, Joe. And I'm trying to build an A-shaped pillar. Apologies for asking you to look at the Rail Baltica bridge. It's a really nice looking bridge though. I think this will look really good when it's done. But yeah, it's just going to be a pain in the arse to do. Hey Emily, how are you doing today? Okay. Let's have a quick sleep. Oh, lovely. I've got zero sugar monster today, by the way. Slightly healthier. slightly. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, saying diet anthrax is healthier than regular anthrax. It's, it's still going to slowly destroy my insides, but, you know, slightly more slowly. Anyway. You might be better with vanilla bamboo scaffolding. That's not a bad idea. I know how vanilla scaffolding works. This create scaffolding does not work the way it should. It's not very intuitive. But anyway, this kind of works. I kind of like that. The side of the bridge looks a bit flat, I will say. We might want to try and add some details along the edge. Maybe, actually, it could have some barriers along the edge. Because the sides do look a bit flat at the minute, but not bad. Not bad. It's a mini Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, actually. Okay, so this is where I'm going to start to bring the inner wall in as well. So if we were to do this, and then on the other side we'll have this. There we go. And then vertical slab on both sides. And then the opposite down here, so we'll have 2 layers on this side and 6 layers on this side. And then a full block there. Okay, how's that? That's good. That's good. So we've kept it a block wide, like it's a single block wide all the way down, but obviously we've done that by shifting the layers as it goes down. There's not really anything I can do about this block in the middle though, because you can't put layers on both sides of a block, if you know what I mean. Like, we can't put 2 layers on that side of the block and 2 layers on that side. So I'm still thinking about how we can make the top of the arch there look right. You could make it look less 2D by having pipes and cables. That's a good idea, Fred. I'm definitely going to add detail in this. This is obviously not like going to be the final product or anything. This is just like a rough idea. Do you have a roof block that's close in colour? Will give contrast? Possibly, possibly. I'll build the full pillar first before I start thinking about texturing it, just to make sure we got the basic shape nailed down. But yeah, there's definitely... I'm already forming a few ideas for how we can, you know, add a bit more depth to it. No. They can be a little bit fiddly to place as well. No, right, stop doing that, please. Thank you. There we go. What about something that block attaches, like a railing? Possibly, yeah, possibly. There's definitely options. In fact, one thing that I've done with a previous bridge that I think could look quite good, I'll show you in just a second. Thing with mods is there's that many blocks you forget some exist. Honestly, that is the biggest problem, is you have too much choice. Like, there's so many blocks that you could use that you just draw a blank. But if we head over here... you look beautiful. Thank you, EdXL. You failed your GCSEs. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there, any possibility of resits for you? There'll be a perfect block for this that we aren't thinking about? Probably. Probably. But over here... Oh shit, that grizzly bear's going to attack us, isn't it? I think we're going to have to kill the bear. I'm really sorry, but the bear's been here for, like, a few weeks now, and he's just kind of in the way. They can't cross rails. Like, no mobs can go across rails, because they count as, like, a solid block. So any mob that can't jump can't get across them. But I still feel like eventually I'm going to... get on the wrong side by accident and it's going to attack me. Anyway, this is what I'm thinking we could put along the sides of the bridge. So these are vertical slopes with granite pillars on, but we could also do the same thing with layers again. Like, we could have layers, and on the layers put granite pillars, so that, or tough pillars in this case, so that we've got, like, these vertical bands across. And in this case, it really looks like a rusted metal bridge, like rusted corrugated metal. So I'm thinking something similar to this could work for, like, the actual deck of the bridge to give that a bit more texture. How many days is this? Says no. I honestly don't know. Is there a way to see how many in-game days have passed? It's probably somewhere here on the F3 menu, but I honestly don't know what half of these numbers mean. Or there might be a console command to quickly show you how many... Oh, I just took a screenshot there. What comes up if you search angled? Angled mud bricks, packed mud bricks, and mud bricks bricks. Not much, unfortunately. Okay, how's this looking? It's not looking bad. It's not looking bad. The first thing that springs to mind, the pillars don't look... It doesn't look thick enough. It looks like a very narrow pillar to be holding up this entire bridge. I'll finish building it all the way down, and then we'll take another look at it. But that's what I'm thinking so far. We could thicken the pillars up a little bit. Again, I'm not going to judge that until we've fully built it down. In fact, we don't even need to build any structure at this point. We're close enough to the water's surface. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to build under the water line for now. We'll just build it down to sea level until I've decided what I'm going to do about it. Unless you angle back up from the main central pillar at a different layer. Potentially. Like I say, I think I'll just... Before I make any judgment, I want to build it as I've originally planned it and see how it looks, you know? And if it doesn't look right, then we can make changes. Okay. We do need more cut tough, so I'm just going to go and grab some more of that. But yeah. This is where a jetpack of sorts would be useful. Funny you should say that, Fred. Because we do have a jetpack mod, and I just haven't made one yet. Well, it's a create jetpack. So it works a little bit differently to other jetpack mods. It's like a create-friendly mod, which is made with a copper back tank and an elytra. Okay, we're not getting that for a while then. You can use a regular copper back tank as a jetpack of sorts anyway. So it's definitely something we could make at some point. And I know there are mods out there that give you like other kinds of jetpacks, but I wanted something that was that sort of gelled a bit more with Create. I've tried not to have any mods in the pack that are too high tech. Everything's very, low tech, industrial revolution kind of stuff with big moving parts. I don't really want a big, sleek, modern jetpack. But unfortunately, the Create jetpack is quite expensive. So that's for another day, I guess. Okay, we can turn these tough pillars into cut tough. I still don't think that's quite going to be enough. So let me head down to the mine real quick and get a few more. We'll get the not the Silk Touch pickaxe. We'll get the efficiency pickaxe out for this. Had to pop off quick to order food. No worries, Dre Dog. What you eating? Why did I come this way round? Treating myself to a nice pizza. Lovely. I had a jacket potato and salad. Nice one, Charlie. I don't know what I'm having tonight. My brother's out, so it's just me for dinner tonight. I don't think I'll be treating myself to a takeaway, though, because I had a McDonald's, like, just the other day, so... I try not to get takeaway too often. You're being quiet, you must be locked in, says Max. Oh, yeah, sometimes Sometimes I do lock in, especially when I'm mining. I feel like there's not much commentary that I can give when I'm mining. Another thing that I don't like doing on stream very much is mining, because whenever I'm doing it, I kind of tend to just get lost in it. What's your favourite takeaway, says Fred? Indian. Indian is my favourite. I like Chinese, but for me, you can't beat a nice Indian. There's a really, really nice Indian restaurant near us. Last time I watched you, you were playing Bedrock version, says Ruben. Wow, that was a long time ago, Ruben. Where have you been? That was 2024 that I was playing Bedrock Edition. I've been on Java since just before Christmas 2024. So you got some catching up to do. But it's nice to have you back. I think I remember you, Ruben, actually. The name rings a bell. Hope you've been doing well. Do these episodes go on YouTube? They do. They do, Fred. All of my... Well, I stream on YouTube as well, so it's... the YouTube stream's automatically saved as a VOD. So you can go back and watch every single live stream I've ever done. Some of the very, very old ones are like re-uploads of the TikTok version, because when I first started I wasn't streaming on YouTube. So some of them are just re-uploads of the TikTok videos, of the TikTok VODs. But since like January 2025, that's when I started streaming on YouTube. So all of the streams are available in landscape mode on YouTube. Okay, why did I just do that? Oh, I was gonna do this. There we go. Can catch up then? You certainly can. You certainly can. They're organised into playlists as well. So I've got playlists for all of my long-running series, Minecraft Monday, Trucking Tuesday, etc., etc. And I've also broken Create Ad Astra into 2 series, because it's such a long-running series that, you know, we did like 30 episodes last year. So there's another playlist called Create Ad Astra Series 2, which is just the streams that I've been doing this year. Oh, whoops. Full moon tonight, by the looks of it. Yeah, it is, well, not here. There's no moon at all, because it's really cloudy here today, unfortunately. Just go up to there. Okay, so this is where we have... Hold on. This is where we have 6. There we go. And then we have our vertical slabs. And then 2 layers. Is that right? Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely thinking that they're a bit too thin. I think we'll remedy that in future. 50 minutes left. Oh god, yeah, it's 10 past 6 already. It has flown by today's stream. But there's been some good conversation. Especially early on. It's quietened down a bit now, but we did have quite a few viewers earlier on. It's been a good one. Good one today. I'm really excited for Wednesday, though. I'm really curious as to how many people are going to tune in on Wednesday, because I'm going to be starting Resident Evil Requiem. I very rarely play brand new games on stream. I think the last time that I played a brand new game was Farming Sim 25. So I'm really excited to see how many viewers we get, because, again, brand new game, people are going to be a lot more likely to tune in to see people play it. I'm hoping we get a really good turnout. I like these streams. I'm becoming more and more regular. You are indeed. You are indeed, Fred. Or Owen, sorry. It's been good to have you here, though. It's nice to have regulars. You know, I'm always really happy when new people discover my content and my videos and my streams. But it's also nice to know that I've got a few regulars as well. You know, there's a few people out there who tune in almost every single stream. So if you are a regular out there, you know who you are. Thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. Fred or Owen's fine. Owen is my name. Fred's my alter ego when I get in trouble. I see. I see. Oh, not that. I'm a regular. Indeed you are, Charlie. Do you not bother having a feminine voice? Says, who said that? Nathan? No. No, I don't. Good question. I mean, it is a question that I get a lot, to be honest, but my answer is, you know, whenever anyone says, you know, why don't you have a woman's voice? My answer is, I do have a woman's voice, because I'm a woman, and this is my voice. It might not be very feminine, but it is a woman's voice, because I'm a woman and it's my voice. And I'm not going to apologise for my voice. Sorry, I'm having a quick coughing fit. I'm not going to apologise for my voice. I'm not a big fan of it myself, to be honest. I've never really been a big fan of my voice, but I also don't really... It doesn't bother me enough that I really care about voice training. It's something I might do one day, but, you know, I'm kind of indifferent to it at the moment. Hello, Andrew. How you doing? Pronouns, says Isaac. She, her. Thank you very much for asking. Okay, so here is the new pillar that we've just put in. My initial thoughts are, it's a bit small. It looks good. We've definitely got the shape right. I think using the slope, using the layers was a very good idea. It's a bit thin. Like I say, I think we'll thicken it up a bit. We'll make the pillars slightly thicker. But that's good. With some detailing, you know, make the pillars a bit thicker. Add some detailing along the balcony and everything, along the deck. Sorry, I think it could work. Here's a random question, and am I a regular? Says Max. I think you're a regular, Max. I think we can call you a regular. You've been tuning in quite often for the last couple of months, so you've earned that title, I think. Hey, Kieran, how you doing? Standing this far back, it's very small for the amount of work gone in. It does look a bit weedy from this distance, doesn't it? But again, it's got potential. It does have. I definitely think it's. We can build off it. You know, if we adjust it a little bit. Maybe make the pillar 2 blocks thick, because at the minute we've made it a block thick, or we could just... We could quite quickly make it a bit thicker, actually. It's actually really easy to do with the layers, because you can add more layers. Even after you've added a texture, you can still add more layers on or take layers off. So we can actually really quickly modify this. There is the problem with the slabs. Maybe we shouldn't have used slabs, because that's going to slow it down a little bit. But yeah, it should only take a couple of minutes for us to try and make one of the walls a bit thicker. Let's try it. What's your go-to pizza from a takeaway or in general? I don't know, to be honest. I think it... I will vary. I don't really have, like, a favourite pizza. It kind of depends what mood I'm in. I like something meaty. You know, I like a meat feast, or... there's one near me that does a really good doner kebab pizza. It's one of those, you know, like kind of all-in-one takeaways where they do pizzas, burgers, kebabs, etc. And they do a pizza that just has doner kebab meat on it. It's really good. Anything with mushrooms. The thing is, like, I don't like necessarily have a favourite pizza, but I have toppings that I like. Anything with mushrooms. Sweet corn is really good on pizza. I like chili. Not like chili peppers, but like, you know, chili sauce on a pizza is really good. Obviously, pepperoni, salami, chicken's good. Meatballs, tomato, I feel like is kind of a given. Red onion, I love red onion. Not so much a fan of white onion, but red onion I really love. Peppers, yeah, you get the picture. Barbecue sauce is a good one to have as well. I do like pineapple. Controversial, I know, but I am a pineapple enjoyer. I do like pineapple on my pizza. Yeah, but it really depends. It just depends what kind of mood I'm in. I don't really have a set order when I order a pizza. I don't really, you know, have a go-to for pizza. I just kind of get whatever I feel like in the moment. Pineapple does absolutely belong on a pizza. I agree, Fred. I love pineapple on pizza. I really think it goes. The thing is, like, the concept of combining sweet and savoury food is not, like, a new concept, you know? I feel like people get really worked up about pineapple on pizza, but, you know, people have cheese and grapes. You know, it's not unusual to have fruit and savoury food together. I also like... I love cheese and grapes, by the way. And just cheese, generally. My first word was cheese. A little fun fact about me there. There we go. So, we've made this pillar two slices wider. And the other one's the same thickness right now, but we're going to just compare and see which one looks better. And then I'll decide if I should thicken up the other one as well. Was it really? I thought you were joking. No, it really was. Cheese. My first word was cheese. That is absolutely true. And I do love cheese. Oh, hi, Bros, Trains and Toys. How are you doing? Welcome. Okay. Now, I'll be honest, I can't really tell the difference. You can if you zoom in with the telescope, like you can see that that side's clearly thicker, but from a ways away, I don't really think that makes a great difference. Maybe we should add a few more layers. Like, be honest. Can you tell? From here, can you tell that those two are different thicknesses? Can you tell that that one is thicker than that one? Because I don't think you can. But we can try again. We can add more. Again, I've modified it now so that it's going to be super easy to make it thicker. Like, this is just copycat layers all the way up now, so to make it thicker, literally all we have to do is this. Ooh. Oh, maybe not quite that easy. Wow, it really is that easy. Oh shit, we've run out. It's okay, we got more zinc. That's the thing, with this recipe, you get a lot of layers, but you need a lot of layers, you know? Hi, William, how are you doing? Okay, let's see how that looks. I feel like that should be wide enough now that it's noticeable. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a lot more noticeable. That looks better. I still don't know if it's quite thick enough. But you can see a clear difference now on the before and after. You know, the right one's definitely thicker now. Will it be enough? I'll do the same on the other side. And if it's still not enough, we can just keep adding. We could just keep making more layers and adding more and more layers onto it. That is a possibility. In fact, I'm going to... Oh, look, all our copper's oxidized. I'm going to quickly go to the zinc mine and see if there's any zinc ore available, because we are running very low on that right now. Oh. Well, there's no fuel here, so no, we're not actually producing any zinc at the moment. Did I just forget to refuel it last time I was here? That's annoying. Oh, lag spike. That's waystones that cause that, by the way. Okay, fortunately, we have 288 buckets of biodiesel, so we can spare some. Don't worry. To think we were raving about how much fuel we had in storage before. That's the thing, we got lots of fuel. I just haven't connected the zinc mine to the rail network yet, so we're having to take the fuel over there manually. And clearly I forgot to do that. There we go. Another lag spike. Okay, we working again? Take your time. Okay, don't take that much time. Come on. There we go. Okay, it's working. That's the thing. The thing with these mining drills is there is a huge trade-off because they're very, very slow. But I like it. I like it. I know the thing is, ostensibly, this is a machine that makes infinite zinc. You know, you find an ore deposit, you put the drill down, and it mines whatever material infinitely, which is a little bit cheaty, right? But the trade-off is that it's a very slow machine and it needs a lot of power. So I really genuinely think this is a really well-balanced mod. If you're looking to do a create world or, you know, a modded world like this, and you want a mod that lets you get infinite resources but doesn't feel like it's cheating, you know, then this is a really good one to get. Like I say, I think it's a really good trade-off. Because yes, you do get infinite resources from it, but it's very slow, and you need to give it a lot of power for it to work. That mod, by the way, is called Create Ore Excavation. The drill's really expensive to make as well, which is another, you know, it adds to the trade-off of it. Really great mod. Again, if you want a mod that gives you, like, infinite iron or infinite copper, but without it feeling too cheaty, this is a really good mod to get. Highly recommend Create Ore Excavation there. And you can speed the drill up, but, you know, its speed is proportional to the speed of the input, so you would have to build some really seriously powerful generators to provide enough rotation speed for it if you want it to work faster, which, again, I like it. It's a nice trade-off. Oh, new block. You should tweak your schedule so you're live more, so I have more time to watch. I wish I could. I would love to stream every single day, but it's just not sustainable. I've got, you know, so many other things that I do. I've got a backlog of about 8 videos that I'm working on right now, so I really need to get back to that. And like I say, I love streaming. I absolutely love streaming. I wish I had time to stream every day, but I just can't. Like, to be brutally honest, I stream as much as I possibly can already. Like, I do stream as much as I can stream. But I love doing it. I really do love doing it. I love making videos as well, and I really love putting, you know, time and effort and passion into a video and then seeing the feedback come in. But there's something about a live stream where you just get this instant communication, you know, this instant feedback. It's really nice to be able to talk to viewers like one-to-one live, you know. There's something really special about that. I really enjoy doing it. Okay. I think we've done it. I think that is thick enough. Let's do it on the other side. See how it looks when both sides are symmetrical. But I think this is gonna be enough. So in total, this is now 1 block and 6 slabs thick. 6 layers thick, sorry. We may not have enough layers. We can swap in some slabs again. Shit. And to be fair, like, this is now a solid block, so we can replace this with just a block of tuff, so we can reclaim some of these slabs, some of these layers. Did you just walk on water? I did, Fred, yeah. Well, I sprinted on water. I've got these I've got these aqua dashes from the artifacts mod. It allows you to sprint on water, but as soon as you stop running, you fall through. So like you can only stay above water while you keep running, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if I stop running for any reason, I just immediately fall in. Oh wait, these are slabs. Oh, we can replace these with full blocks then. Oh, for God's sake. See what I mean? So if I fall in, I have to go all the way back to shore to be able to get back on top of the water again. Frostwalker would be cool for stuff like this. It would. Frostwalker would be very useful, definitely. Oh, wait. Hang on. I've done it again. Hey, Celticus, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. Wait, are these slab thickness? Yep, perfect. Oh, that means these are slabs as well. I'm good, what about you? I'm good, I'm good. Hey, Lewis, how are you doing? Oh, we got one more stack, thank God. Okay, we're going to have just enough layers to do it. Is there somewhere one might be able to see your mods list? Yes, if you join the Discord server, you can download the mod pack. It's for CurseForge. So if you've got the CurseForge launcher, it's you download it and then import it into CurseForge, and it'll install all the mods for you. There's a link in my bio if you want to join the Discord, by the way. The mod list might not be 100% up to date. I think I last updated it about a month ago. But whenever I add new mods to the pack, I normally put out a fresh download. Make sure you don't update any of the mods, by the way. If any mods are like on older versions, it's because of compatibility. So don't press like update all once you add the mods. Okay. Oh, that is good. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing the vision. That is brilliant. Still needs some texture in. It definitely looks very flat and very, very plain. But yeah, I see it now. I see the vision. I think it actually looks a bit better from this angle because you can see just clear blue sky through it. That's good. That feels pretty good. CurseForge modded server for 40 people. Hosted at the minute is about 35 a month, but hosting prices are more expensive than normal due to RAM. Yeah, I think I might wait for the RAM crisis to pass. Might wait for the AI bubble to burst, which will probably happen in about 3 weeks with the way things are going right now. But I'm sure once the whole thing collapses, RAM will return to normal prices. Anyway. How many layers do we have left? 6. Okay, that's not very good, is it? We're going to need 110 if we want to put layers along both sides. Let me go and check out the zinc mine and see what's happening. There we go, 21 raw zinc. That it will be more than enough. Oh. I'm sorry for the lag spikes every time I use a waystone, by the way. The problem is I'm using chunk loaders. And that combined with waystones means that every time I teleport between my various bases and locations, it can make quite a big lag spike. So that's why it sometimes freezes for a second when I teleport with a waystone. Where's my zinc? Oh, it's already gone through. Right, sorry. Okay, there it goes. Oh, XP nuggets? Why are the XP nuggets coming through here? Is this barrel full? No. That's weird. So the XP nuggets are supposed to be filtered out into this barrel. This barrel should be only XP nuggets. And they shouldn't be getting through to here, really. Oh, I didn't mean to add that. Oh, well. Oh, wait. Was there a filter list there that I've just accidentally gotten rid of? Shit. Look at all this redstone, by the way. I'm going to take all this back to base. Is this a mod? Yes, this is the Create mod, mainly. Most of the stuff you see in the factory is from Create. I need a filter, a list filter. Because I just accidentally got rid of one. Just go and fix that. I think we should have a couple. We do. One of them might already be the right one, actually. Definitely not that one. And definitely not that one. Okay, we need one for... iron nuggets, gold nuggets, zinc nuggets, copper nuggets, the other copper nuggets, and lead nuggets. There we go. And that is going to be set to blacklist, so these don't go through the filter. So everything that isn't those will be filtered out. And the reason that I'm doing it with a blacklist instead of a whitelist is just in case anything gets put on the conveyor belt that's not supposed to be on there, it's not going to get stuck in the presses. So obviously, any iron, gold, copper, zinc, or lead nuggets that come through will go into these presses here. Anything that isn't one of those types of nugget will instead go into this storage barrel here. And that's going to be things like redstone and clay, which are byproducts of the washing process. But anything else that accidentally ends up on the conveyor belt, that'll end up going into this barrel as well. There we go. Sorted. Now let's go and get this zinc. There we go. I can't wait till these have actually got, like, substantial amounts of material in them, by the way. So far, I think the iron one is the most full. We got 2,000 iron, but I'm really looking forward to having these filled up a bit more. I think they look really cool as well. I like the vaults being on the wall. I think it's a really nice look. And I love the way that the chutes come in from the top diagonally. I just really like the factory. I'm genuinely really happy with the factory as we've built it. Okay. Stone cutter. Zinc. Layers. Should we do layers or should we do... Gotta shoot. See you on the next one. No worries, Fred. Thanks for joining. Next stream's going to be Resident Evil Requiem on Wednesday, so I'll see you for that. I'm going to be finishing soon anyway, so thanks for joining. Let's go with... we'll stick with layers again. See you Wednesday. We didn't actually end up building the loco that I was going to build today either. If you're watching, if you've read the description of the stream, I'm very sorry to disappoint you. We aren't actually going to be building a train today. Unfortunately, we haven't had enough time, as it turns out. Okay, I should not have used layers for this. I should use panels instead for this. Be a bro and let me squeeze, says ATG Squat Guy. I'll be real with you. These aren't real. They're DIY boobs. Oh, we could try it with slabs, maybe. Or actually... Oh, we got 105 panels. Perfect. We'll use them. And I've just got rid of the scaffolding, haven't I? So now I'm going to have to go all the way to the other side of the bridge to get back up. I wonder if maybe taking out the central column as well, so it's actually got 4 legs instead of 2, could look interesting. I'm definitely going to trial and error this one a bit off stream before next time. There we go, that's what I wanted. Or maybe not, because it still won't let me connect them properly the way that I want to. Oh, God, this is going to be slow. This is going to be slow. I apologise in advance. Thanks for following, MK. How you doing? What time is it over there, says Matt? Currently, it is 6:45 in the evening in the UK. If you're watching from outside the UK, by the way, do let me know. I'm always eager to hear from international viewers. We don't get too many. But it's always nice to hear when someone's watching from overseas. So if you are watching from outside the UK, whereabouts are you? I'm from Newcastle. Nice one, Mac. MK. Is it? It is MK. Yes. Sorry. I'm okay, thank you. How are you doing? I'm very, very good. Thank you very much. Pretty sure I'm the only person watching from overseas, says Max. Well, Matt on YouTube, I believe, is from the Netherlands. I could be wrong on that. Max, I know you're from the United States, yeah? If I'm not mistaken. What are you building? We're building a bridge at the minute. In the forsaken land of the US. Oh. Feels bad. Okay, I'm still not quite sure how we're going to deal with the expansion joint there at that side, so we'll just leave that for now. But I do need some tough pillars, which means we're going to need 55 tough blocks. Charlie's fallen asleep with you on his headphones, says Anna. Oh, lovely. I like hearing that my voice is relaxing enough to send people to sleep. That's a compliment for me. No catwalk along the bridge, says Lewis. No, not on this one. Not on this one. Maybe we'll add a catwalk at some point. I've been keeping my bridges very basic so far, but I would like to build some, you know, a little bit more realistic with some, you know, extra details like that. But honestly, there are a lot of rail bridges in the UK that are very narrow and don't have clearance for, like, workers to walk either side. So it's not totally unrealistic to have one that's got no, like, catwalk or anything like that. Not sure if it's just the way it's on my phone, but your lips look dry. A sugar scrub will help. It's definitely just the way it looks on your phone. I'm sorry to say. I don't have the best camera quality, but my lips are fine. Thank you. Okay, I think that'll be enough. Tough pillars. I think 64 will be enough, actually. What time are we on? We're on 10:02. Okay, we got 10 minutes. 10 minutes till the end of the stream. Let's see what we can do. It actually looks kind of good without any texture on the copycats, to be honest. Like, the lattice structure on the lattice texture that they have on them by default looks kind of nice. But let's see how it looks with tough. Oh. Okay, there we go. Some of them have unfortunately been placed the wrong way, so we're going to have to go along and make sure that they're straightened out. You can't really tell which way they're being placed from above the block. There we go. Okay, you can just about tell which texture's which. There we go. That's it. Okay, this might look really good, actually. Please let me sleep. I'm tired. I just want to see what it looks like in the daylight. Jack Veal says, what would you do if I find your Lemon account? I assume you mean Lemon 8, which I don't have, even though TikTok keeps desperately trying to entice me to it. That's good. That's good. I genuinely think that is a really nice looking bridge. It still needs work, obviously. Definitely some more detailing on the bottom here needs to be done. But I like it. There's one more thing I want to do. Just put some of this stuff away. And railings I want to have a look at. Oh. Iron catwalk railings. Can we make a few more of these? There we go. It's got potential. It definitely does. What other Resident Evil games have you played, if any? I've played the first 3, I believe. And not Village. Biohazard. So 1, 2, 3, and 7. I don't really know much about the franchise, though, like lore-wise and stuff like that. So it is going to be a fairly blind playthrough when we get onto Requiem. I don't know much about the broader story of the universe that it's in, you know. So I'm quite excited for it. Quite excited to dive into that. And once again, just to remind everyone, that's going to be on Wednesday, if you're interested. I'm going to be playing the new Resident Evil Requiem. Okay, let's have a look. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really vibing with the railings there. Maybe if they were copper railings, just to add a bit of colour to it, because it does look a bit grey. Well, it is entirely grey. Mind you, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think that's where I'm going to have to leave it for today, because it is almost 7 o'clock. But genuinely, I know we haven't really done much today, apart from build this bridge, but I really like it. I think it's got a lot of potential. Obviously, still needs some work. It needs some detailing on the pillars and the underside of the deck as well. Possibly some more details along the sides of the deck and maybe the railings as well. But it's very good. We've left room for a harbour or a dock at the side of the factory, and boats can get in and out. And obviously, we have now connected the railway to the other side of the river, so next week we can concentrate on tunnelling and connecting together that track with this one. So yeah, I think it's a good place to end. I think we've made a decent amount of progress. Before we finish, let's head up to our viewpoint. Or we could head up to the top of the factory. No, we'll go to the viewpoint. I want to see how this looks from a distance. Good, good. It's, I like it. I think it does have potential. Like I say, not quite perfect. Definitely needs some more work done to it, but I'm just trying to get a good angle to see it from. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. It's cool. It's a nice design for a bridge. Looks great. Good work. Thank you, Max. Thank you very much. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. And with that, we have reached the end of the stream. That's all we got time for today's Minecraft Monday. So thank you everyone very much for joining. The next Minecraft stream will be next Monday. So it won't be too long this time. It's been... I know there was quite a big break between this stream and the previous one, but I will be playing Minecraft again next Monday. Do they do hydroelectric dams? They do, Ryder. We've got one. We got one right here. This is our hydroelectric dam, and it is producing electricity, which is powering some of our... Well, actually, it's only powering one machine at the minute, because most of our machines are Create-powered. But this is a working hydroelectric dam that we've got here. I'll just quickly show you inside before we finish. Here we go. Ignore the floor, it needs to be retextured. So this is from the Create New Age mod. Basically, all you have to do is build this magnetic coil, give it rotational power, and that produces electricity. It's currently producing 44 units per tick. And then that's being exported to our main factory by these cables here. But yeah, that's it. That's the hydroelectric dam. With that, like I say, we're going to end things there for today. Next Minecraft stream is going to be next Monday. But I do have a couple of other streams coming up this week as well, which I'll tell you about in just a second, if I can get back to base without breaking my neck. Okay. There we go. Taking a while to save the world. I don't want to tab out of the game while it's quitting, just in case. There we go. Okay, and that's it. Is that Minecraft music or water in the background? I think it was water. But yeah, that's it. That's it for today's stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I thought this one went really well. Obviously, the game was fun as ever. We didn't really get too much done. It was mostly working on the new bridge, but I do think it looks really good, and I think what we've made is really good. So I'm quite happy with where we're leaving things today. I do want to just say once again, thank you everyone for joining. It's very, very much appreciated. The next stream, see you Wednesday, STFC, thanks for joining. This is a grown man, says Skibbity Twat. Nope, try again. That's all for today. Next stream is going to be Wednesday. I'm going to be playing Resident Evil Requiem for the first time. Very excited for that. Brand new game. Skibbity Twat reported me as well. So thank you for that. Fuck you. It doesn't matter because it's the end of the stream anyway. So one last time, thanks everyone for joining. Next stream's on Wednesday. Thank you also to the Patreon supporters. Shout out to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Hannah, Liam, and Matt for your support over on Patreon. If you'd like to get your name on this board, there is a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content as well as a shout-out on stream, and you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and elsewhere. So thank you very much once again to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Hannah, Liam, and Matt. And with that, I will see you all on Wednesday for Resident Evil. Hold on, let me just make sure that's back properly. That's it. Bye-bye.